Us girls only go for guys our own age because if you start going out with people older, it starts to get more serious and more complicated. And now it's just all about having fun and stuff. It's fine to flirt with boys because you can play games and stuff, sort of know what you're in for. But with older guys, you get yourself into trouble and it's more dangerous, I suppose.
They're especially childish on Emma, so Emma looks the oldest.
Personally, I wouldn't go for a 31-year-old.
17 is like kind of my limit.
You're disgusting.
The thing is, she tells everyone about it.
What does she tell you?
She's like, oh yeah, fuck this boy on the roof yesterday.
Yeah.
She didn't actually do it, and she's like, oh yeah, I gave him a couple of blowjobs, I'm in year 9, and about 70% in my class have already lost their virginity.
Fucking hell, slag.
I met Anthony when I was 15, and we were seeing each other what we thought was a secret for about 5 months. My dad found out, tried to stop it, but decided he wouldn't, and the arguments at home got so much that I moved in here with Anthony. We've been living together 6 months now and been engaged since Christmas Eve.
Come on, you got any more to up? Why don't we put those in a bowl? And just get it fucking done.
That one's got chips.
That was all. Well, look at her. I wouldn't have thought she's 16. Sometimes with some of the things she comes out and says, she's only 16. But that's very far and few between nowadays.
Give me an example.
Oh, she'd just sit there childishly and say, oh, my friend's done this and that. Yes, so? Oh, like her friends can go out here and they can go out there. At the end of the day, her friends haven't got a full-time job. Her friends haven't got commitment.
It's not like I'm missing out, because if I did want to go out, I would.
Yeah, are you missing out?
And I've got the
You live in a
opportunity
pub?
to.
You don't spend no money in a pub. So you've got the best of all worlds, haven't you? You get paid for being in a pub.
How often do you have sex?
Until I done my back in, maybe once, twice a day, 7 days a week. 5:30 in the morning is my best time.
You know the chicken nuggets and chips you were doing? Shall I stop them burning for you?
Yeah, well.
Okay.
What time do we need to go?
No, 9.
What happened, Jessica? What happened? No, the vault. Remember at Reba? Remember when you were came really, really late, yeah? You're not always right. You're not always right. Oh, yeah.
I don't really feel 14. I think sometimes, most of the time I look it, but I feel about 16.
I haven't really properly been in a relationship. I've just kind of dealt with people. But I would like to get in a relationship. The first boy who I could probably kind of dealt with, first ever kind of proper thing I ever did. He was 16. I really liked it because it was just so nice to be with him and stuff. He kind of took my top off and he would I'd be on top of him and then he'd I'd kiss his face and just be really nice and we'd just be together and it was all
Do they teach you anything at school about sex?
Yeah, they do teach us, but they don't teach us about oral sex or anything, fingering or anything. It was sex videos and they're
You might feel changes when you're older and you might feel like you want to explore yourself, and then they'll have a picture of a girl kind of fingering herself like a cartoon or something, and they'll be like, yes, don't be afraid.
But I think less girls, I think that there's 99% of all boys actually do it to themselves, but I think girls are more private and personal with their bodies, so I think less girls do it.
mum died when I was only, well, just gone 12, no, nearly 13 I was, it sort of meant I had to grow up quite quickly because my dad started going out a lot. So a lot of the time it was just me and my brother at home. And Mum would never ever have said to me that I was old enough to go out to the pub and start drinking. I sort of managed to convince my dad and tell him he was being unfair because he thinks he was dumped with 2 teenagers when my mum died because he wasn't used to having us. But I'd say perhaps he should have, that was his responsibility. It's not like we were just forced upon him. But if my mum would have been around, it would never have happened the way it has now. Me and Anthony both know that. Sometimes Anthony doesn't know how to treat me because he thinks I can act immature when I'm with my friends. And I don't think he likes that. Anthony likes to see me mature and all the time, and he thinks I should act grown up all the time, which is fair enough. Perhaps I should, but it's really, really hard when your friends are around to sort of act like this big grown up person who's got their own job and their own house and everything to look after.
Alice, you're going to pool tonight? What are you wearing?
I think I might wear my blue dress from Jane Norman.
Back to me times we first started going to the balls ages ago. We used to pull like 20 people a night. 20? That's so disgusting. That's like, we used to think, oh, you just come back and go, I pulled this one and this one. We had no idea who their names were. There was 20 of them. We knew that we had to count. So sad.
What does it actually mean? If somebody's pulled, what have they done?
How can I put it? Snog. Kiss. Lips and tongue and that kind of thing. That's it.
Okay, it's engaged.
I literally just kiss them and you'll just turn around and walk off. You won't even recognise them the next time you walk past them.
Pool's like a washing machine, and they do the same thing with their hand on your arse.
You're like, like every, like.
Get away.
Cheerio.
Well, my family, I used to say it to. I used to say it to Katie, and I used to tell her herself, like, he was too old. I used to say he was a pervert, and he was taking advantage. And at the time, she had nowhere else to go, and that's why she was here. I used to say to her, if Anthony was, living in a council flat, eating beans on toast every night, would she be still with him now? Do you know what I mean? If she wasn't here lapping up all the luxury, going down Tesco's and spending 50 quid a week, would she still be with him, like? Would she still choose Anthony? And to be honest, I don't think she would you?
Yeah, it would. Perhaps
Now.
nothing to do with it.
But then, it's not nothing to do with it. But it was something to do with it, obviously.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
It was Anthony the person, not Anthony what he had.
I got respect that he came up to me and said, oh, I am seeing your sister. I know she's only 15, 16. But at the end of the day, you were sleeping with him.
No, I didn't.
When you were 15.
No, I didn't. See, this annoys me. Sean's
It
got
annoys
it
me as well.
I wasn't. I was
It was
16.
not in my head.
No, it was on April
No,
22nd,
because-
and I turned 16 on April 19th.
No, because what happened was she was still 15, and her birthday was a few months away. And I had people, I was down at my friend's house, and there's people coming in and saying, "Your sister stayed at Stratford last night."
See, so many people have got so many opinions and ideas about our relationship. It winds me up. So I would swear on my mother's grave that I did not stay here or sleep with Anthony till I was 16.
And you swear black was white as well.
And I would swear, honestly, and this annoys me because my own brother won't believe me. Even if I did, it's no one else's business, but I didn't, and that's what annoys me. I was 16. Anthony's not going to risk losing his licence and his pub for me. No way. And that's what it would come down to if a copper found out, he'd get put away. Your doors, Alice was in the shower, and JT came around the other moment, not that long ago, to pick up his ball ticket. And she's like, just up in the shower, door's wide open, so if he had come in,
I was like, I'm not going to shut the door.
JC's my boyfriend. He's 15.
Really good.
Really good looking, very sweet.
Buys me flowers.
Buys me flowers. We argue a lot, but about really petty things, which sometimes mean, we just get into really, deep, we don't actually shout at each other. I end up just agreeing to whatever he says, which drives me crazy,
Black
just
Islander.
to stop the arguments, but that drives him, that gets him more hot. The more I agree with him, he's just like, why are you agreeing with me to stop arguments? And then, but other than that, yeah, everything's cool.
What does that remind you of?
What are you expecting it to be like tonight?
Sweaty, hot,
Very,
sticky,
very, very hot.
and very painful on your feet.
Yeah. And also the annoying thing, they didn't really have many seats. You have to go outside to sit down, and it was raining when we were there.
Okay, so I take them and then they tell me when they want to be collected and I come back and pick them up. It's really simple. What kind of time are you guys likely to be finished?
2.
Because I think that's better than getting a mini cab. And then I know that they're home and safe.
Don't be nasty.
Young lady, is it working?
What?
Me and her.
Yeah.
This relationship?
Yes, it is.
I
Are you sure?
I said you're born out of lazy covers.
If it wasn't working, I wouldn't be here, would I?
So what does that mean?
So it's working. So I answered your question. Yes, it's working.
Bum cup.
So shut the fuck up.
Bum cup. Who's doing the work? Who's doing the bloody work?
In what sense? Don't shout at me either.
How many years difference?
21.
2-1.
That's a hell of an age gap, right?
Look at all the creep I've had. Everything.
Young lady.
Ah, Steve, it's all bollocks.
Hang on. You've lived your life,
Yeah.
you've done what you wanted to do, you know, you've been the fish, you know, you've done it, you know, whatever, yeah? You're a young lady.
It's not stopping me from doing anything.
No?
No?
When we go to balls, my mum probably thinks it's quite innocent because she doesn't actually see what it's like inside.
My ideal boyfriend, perhaps before I met Anthony, would be about 5 years older than me, got a job, got a car, probably still living at home because most 21-year-old boys are, and someone who like go out with his mates and go out to the pub and go out clubbing who I could go along with. Right, sweet.
Stop it! Anthony, you're showing yourself up. Stop it.
Leave it.
Just let it go.
Is there any pudding going on tonight?
Alice, my boyfriend seemed to do that.
Alice.
Oh yeah. Alice?
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 What do you mean Alice?
Who was that?
This boy. They left us just. I saw him and then I started like smiling and stuff, and then he like we danced.
Which checkboard?
She's the love of my life, right? She comes first. Somebody else says me to answer to.
being with Anthony makes me happy. I don't like arguing with him, that doesn't make me happy, and we do argue a lot. But in general, I like being here and I like being with him, and I enjoy being in the pub because I've made a lot of good friends here and that makes me happy. I've made a lot of close friends, and a lot of people that come in here are older than me, which means although I haven't got my mum, I've got a lot of people that I can turn to that are mothers that perhaps can give me the same sort of advice. Like Jackie, who works behind the bar. I'm very, very close to her. I turn to her a lot for advice, and that makes me happy because I've got someone that I can turn to.
Like I said, at the end of the day, what's age?
My tea's gone cold, I'm wondering why I got out of bed at all. The morning rain clouds up my window grey, but your picture on my wall, it reminds me that it's not so bad, it's not so bad.
I used to be like cute little innocent Alice. Now it's kind of changed a bit.
I drank too much last night.
People in my school first heard about tossing off, and I kind of felt like, oh, I don't want to be left out, and I was like, oh, well, I want to do it, I want to kind of see what it's like. So I did that, and I was like, okay, is that it? Well, I think, like, fingering and, like, tossing off and stuff, I don't really think that's a very big deal. I think kind of blowjobs and things like that, I think they're a little bit more, they're kind of like a step kind of further, and it's kind of like, you know, and it goes a step and a step further and a step further, and then you get to like sex.
Can I pull up?
So when did you decide to sleep with your boyfriend?
I didn't decide, it sort of just happened. Sex is hyped up so much that there's so much more to a relationship, like emotional, and you have to be really good friends with the person to be their partner. I don't regret it. I really don't think it was a big deal. Before I had done, I was terrified to do everything. I was so like shy and everything. And because one of my close friends, like done it a couple of weeks before, I wasn't that scared because they went through it beforehand, so like I could ask details and ask, oh my God, what do you do? Does it hurt? What a beautiful morning, what a beautiful day. I've been going out with Michael for a year. Michael's 20, I'm 15, I'm 16 today. I'm going to be moving in with Michael when I finish my exams, and I'm going to college up there, so me and Michael will be living together. So I'm a proper couple then. My mum and dad got divorced last March on my birthday, and they get along now. And she comes down every other weekend and brings my brother and my sisters to see me. I think my dad doesn't really approve me going out with Michael. He don't mean to harm anyone, but sometimes he does. But clever, very clever. And
Conniving.
what's that mean?
Scheming.
So yeah, I love my dad.
She's 16 going on 21. She's physically mature, but mentally, she's very mature mentally, but she's trying to grow up a lot faster than what she should be. She's running ahead of her youth. She needs to slow down a little bit because things shouldn't be so full speed. You know, having a boyfriend, making a commitment from now, because I think the hormones are still playing a big factor in growing up. She's just rushing things. She's following.
Maybe I'm just a 16-year-old.
Well, I think being the mum of a teenager just requires an endless supply of money. And what else? Staying open-minded, I suppose. That's the main thing.
feel like, and then me and my mum, she's like a friend as well as a mum, because I feel like I can talk to her. Kids worry about how their parents are going to react and like, how they're going to be, and like, oh no, but what if she grounds me? But I just want her to understand that I'm okay, and it's quite like scary. And so I can understand why parents like kind of like, get really angry. You don't want your parents to kind of be disappointed in you, and you want them just to be happy for you. Like, understand. And not all parents are like that.
When you consider that you were a child underage, you shouldn't have even had the relationship you had as such. I'm not saying it shouldn't have been Michael, you shouldn't have been having the relationship that you were having with Michael at that age. So I was only in control of the situation.
You've been 100% in control of our
To
relationship.
a certain degree, I've tried to
I don't think that is right, because that's what me and Michael most of the time
So
argue
this is
about.
where
It's not me and
the
Michael,
law
me and you
falls
always
flat
argue
on
about.
its face, doesn't it? Trying to bring children up in a moral society. My father-in-law laid rules down for me.
Just because your father-in-law and that done that to you, don't mean that you've got to do that to me.
But look how it worked out in the end. Apart from the marriage breakdown, we had a good marriage.
And then there was the time when Alice had a party when I didn't know. I went off with my friend assuming Alice was going to go around the corner at 9 o'clock because her friend was here and they were going to walk round. So I'm at my friend's house, it's about 11:30, 12, and this woman phoned me on my mobile. She said, now I've got your number and my son is at your house and he won't come home. And I said, no, there is no one at my house. She said, I think you'll find there's a party going on at your house. So I phoned my house, and sure enough, there was a party. Do you mind me telling the story? So me and my friend jumped in her car, and we came tearing back. And we came in, and it was like the Marie Celeste. All the windows were open, the back door was open, but there was nobody home. All the lights were on, but there was no one home. They'd all like rushed. They'd all run away because they knew there was going to be trouble, because she hadn't asked me. I mean, what you have to do is roll with it, really. Play it by ear. Don't let it turn into some huge confrontation, some huge, like, battle of wills. Because that doesn't work, does it? I don't think.
If you didn't enjoy sex with Alex, what would you have done?
What would I have done?
What would you have done? If you loved it, what would you have done?
Considering I waited about 3-4 months.
That's not the point. When you did have
because
sex...
I just got her catch down and fucked her, you know what I mean?
Oh,
But
you're so fucking crude. You're so fucking crude.
They didn't know.
That's not the question I asked.
Well, that's me. Maybe
You're not married. So if
No,
you
we're
did,
not married.
No, so once you try the goods and you don't like them, you just dump them?
Have I done that?
No, I'm not saying you did.
It's not just
But
a
it's
sex
about
thing.
commitment. We're talking about if you hadn't had sex with her underage and you'd waited for her to get married to you and then you didn't like it, what would you have done? Just dumped it and tried the next bit? After you'd have got married?
Waiting how long, sorry?
It's not a matter how long you fucking waited.
No matter what,
Basically, Michael, what he's saying
Would I wait
He
that
doesn't
long?
understand.
Michael,
And it's not getting an education. It's not about getting money. It's not about getting qualifications. It's about having a little bit of etiquette.
Michael, yeah? If you asked me out, yeah, and you didn't like you having sex with me, what would you have done?
After 3 months.
I got rid of you just because of the sex.
Thank you, that is it.
It's the personality.
Right.
It's
So
more
how
sex.
long would it have lasted? How long would it have lasted?
It's going to last forever.
What, without sex?
With or without sex, it doesn't matter about the
So
sex.
why was...
all about
Right,
sex.
that's good. That's a good point.
Our
So
relationship
why
is
was
not all
sex
about
such a
sex.
big issue
It wasn't,
underage?
It wasn't.
It
just
was.
happened, Dad.
It just
It
happened.
did just happen. It wasn't a big... It wasn't as if, oh yeah, we're going to go out and we're going to do
It
it.
just happened. There was no action involved, it just happened.
Oh, do you think we're going to sit there and think about when we're going to do it? It just happened.
I didn't even kiss you on the lips for the
And it
first
carried on happening.
2 months.
Yes, it did carry on happening. It was going to happen one day anyway. I know it will happen too soon. But it was.
Okay. Let's go. He's not making too bad. Tools?
I don't think we'll get in.
Should we just try? Come on, let's have a laugh. No. Come on. You seriously saying no? We can't go.
Let's just go and see.
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
If I'm working, I've got to show this Rabina.
Yeah, okay.
Fucking able.
Yes, you will. Come on. And let's...
Come on, you should look at me, little woman.
The girls now, watch us dance. We'll dance.
I'll see you later. What do you do?
If loving you is wrong, I don't wanna be right. If loving you is wrong, I don't wanna be right. If I come first, well that's the worst scenario. I bust it harder than Sanchez Vicari. If loving you is wrong, I don't wanna be right.
Not just you in this position. There's 1,000 other 15-year-olds.
We don't care about other 1,000 15-year-olds. They've got parents. And if the parents don't care, good luck to them.
You're talking about adopted.
You're comparing her to other 15-year-olds on the street? I've got you and I've got
Everything that
two other...
Michael says is wrong, isn't it?
No, don't compare you
No,
to other
but he's
15...
not comparing me. Everything that Michael has opened his mouth and said, you just bloody slapped it down.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have.
And you say about other 19-year-olds, the things that
Every time Michael just said something, you always have to put it down. Just because Michael, the way he says it, don't
Talking
mean it the way
about
he
trying
says
the
it.
goods.
Just because you only use all them long words Michael don't.
They're not long words.
Or the way you put your
Whether
words.
you know how to put words or not, manners
See, you always
play a big
gotta
role
be
in
right. You just always have to be right.
it. Maybe I am,
You always
darling,
have to
and that's
bloody
one of my
right.
biggest
Well,
mistakes.
no, you ain't always right.
It's one of my biggest mistakes. Even I've screwed up with my life.
When you go to over 18s, it gives you a bit of a buzz because it makes you feel like you're older because you can get into it. I try never to smile because I don't want him to see my braces, and then that kind of makes you look a bit younger.
Doing some little things like little 1, 2, 3, do that game. Let's go out there, just gotta move.
Can you get free drinks?
Sorry?
Can you get free drinks?
Yeah, but see with my cousin, he's working at the bar.
And I'm proud
Just leave it a man up, because I don't really like this at all. Because I know it's going to carry on all night. No one's going to look at each other in the bloody face at all. And I don't want that. I was bloody looking forward to this bloody day. It's fucking shit.
The same here.
No! Don't say nothing!
You stop it now. All right, then.
If I said to you both, go and make it together,
No, we don't want you to
You
live
do
my life. I
that.
don't want you to live our bloody life. Do you understand?
I'm not, then go and do your
I
own
don't
thing.
want you
And I'm
to-
sure he'll be so
I don't
happy
know, he
to
won't.
shag you every fucking night.
No, he won't. Let's stop.
No, I won't.
Fucking
You
shag
asked
every
me, I'm
night.
telling you.
He does sleep every night, even when he stays in. All right? You think me and Michael, all we do is
Right,
this, don't you?
right. Teach him some manners. He has got no respect. I'm twice his age and he's got no respect. No, he doesn't have a say because you're underage.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, but until now, he's had every say. In your life and in my fucking life. He's had every say. He's taken over. So when he walks on my vinyl, he has respect for for me in my fucking house.
Philip, now.
If he's taken over... Fuck off, Alex. Take him and go.
Philip, now.
If he's gonna be in my house, he has respect in my house. Until now, he's taken over.
Things she wants you to know about you and ask about you.
When did you ever... I haven't finished. She rang me up a £300 phone bill. And the reason we had the bust up the other week is because she's phoning you. And I said, then why doesn't Michael phone you on my phone? And do you know what she said to me? Because Michael doesn't want to talk to you. That's fair enough. Then don't you call him at my expense so you can talk to my daughter at my expense when you don't even want to fucking talk to me? Sorry, you're a user and an abuser and you only think of yourself. And I hate him.
The judgment, the time spent in denial, was it worth it? To my father and my mother and my brother, was it worth it? The headaches, the worries and the good things, was it worth it? The lying, the crying and the fighting, was it worth it? The judgment, the time spent.
It was a bit tense though with my dad and my mum. Went a bit over the top. Just tried to sort things out, but things went a bit wrong.
It's up to us at the end of the day. No one can... Everyone has tried splitting us up and it doesn't work.
At the end, as you saw, you shook hands with my dad, didn't you? And
yeah.
said goodnight and had something to eat in the same room. It wasn't really better than I thought.
It started good. The middle of it was bad, but it got better at the end.
Mm.
You're 16 now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. He was a nice bloke. He did make me laugh. I think that's why I went for him in the first place, was the fact that he made me laugh. I was staying at his house. There was a knock at the door. It was my mum. She goes, do you know how old she is? And I go, yeah, she's 16. She goes, no, she's 14. And he looked and I just quickly jumped out of bed, put my school uniform on and rushed out of the house.
So we did a pregnancy test. On the 2nd of May it was, and it was positive. Which of course is shock and horror. There's so many emotions that go through you at that precise time, I just couldn't name them all. There is your little girl, and she was only a little girl, and she was suddenly a woman, and you try to reason with them that maybe an abortion would be a good idea, but she's still a woman, and it's her body and it was her decision. And at 31, you'd have thought he'd have been more responsible anyway, and if he had to have sex with her, you'd think he'd have done it with precaution. He probably couldn't hold a very good conversation with an adult female. She was probably more interested than perhaps an older woman.
No, that was money. If I wanted to go out, I'd go, yeah, it's money. She could be between 10s, 20s, wasn't he?
Well, I don't know, was he?
Yeah.
Was that good?
Yeah. I didn't have to pay for nothing.
One of the awful things is that I don't think Amy actually associates sex with love. I think it's sex.
No,
because
I ain't a slag.
No, I'm not saying that you're a slag. I'm not saying
I've
that.
slept with 2 people.
Yes, I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is I think you've maybe lost part of the meaning because of everything that's happened since. On reflection, I think she believed that she loved him and she believed that he loved her. But I now believe that he just liked young girls because he couldn't get an older girl. And I think if that's their taste, that's their taste.
Hi. We've booked an appointment for getting our belly pierced, all three of us.
Right, okay. You're all over 17?
Yeah.
Yep.
If that's okay.
Just roll your top up, tuck it into your bra, and get rid of that. Just going to clean your navel now.
Alright. The worst thing is I'm quite funny about people touching my stomach anyway. My belly button, like, just poking the hole. That's annoying.
You want a blue?
Sorry. Do you have, like,
Get something different for me. Pink. What about pink?
I'm going to ask you to take a nice deep breath. Breathe in. And blow out. Blow, that's it.
Right, it's all done.
Okay, breathe. Come on, breathe. Excellent. Releasing the clamp. No more. All gone.
That is wine.
Okay, undo your button, turn the flaps inwards for me, please.
What was it about an older guy that attracted you?
I don't know. No, what do you say?
Well, it certainly wasn't his looks, was it?
No. I am a flirt, anyway. But most girls are. You do it when you don't realise you're doing it.
Well, that's age, isn't it?
But he was one who asked me if I wanted to go out for a drink. It went the other way round.
Were you physically attracted to him, though?
No, he had a crater face. There's a lot of peer pressure about sex. Everyone makes so much fuss about it, blah, blah, blah. And when you get down to it, all it is a wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
You must have felt there was something.
Yeah, I did. Cool. I suppose I did in the end. But I didn't at first.
It's the danger part of it, that's exciting. And it's the doing what mum and dad have told you not to do. Well, indeed, society says don't do it, doesn't it? Because it's against the law. One of the pubs down the road she's actually barred from because we found out she was going to the pub, and so we got a neighbour to go in and tell the man, landlord, that she was only 14. So, thankfully, that was it. She was barred from
No, that weren't why I was barred. I was barred because I called him a fat wanker.
If someone's older than you, it's embarrassing because say if you have to be home at a certain time because your parents wanted you in and they're like 18 and they have their own flat, it's like embarrassing. We don't really go for older guys.
I don't like older guys. I like people my own age, but not quite
Because
my
even
own
if they're
age, a little
immature,
bit
it's
older.
like
Still, they're into the same things as you.
Same music, same...
Doing the same things.
You represent what's true. Adrenaline from the sky and turn blue.
Don't hold on to me.
These arms like a monkey's, flapping like a hummingbird.
I feel like learn how to like act around boys and stuff a bit more from Tansy, Reaver and Emma. I could just kind of see how they act. And then I kind of try and be like that, like more relaxed with stuff.
No, because when I don't like having sex with condoms.
Well, you should have sex with condoms because even if you hadn't had a baby, that's another thing. AIDS is a very real threat. And you should have been using condoms.
No, I didn't think I'd get pregnant till then. Half the time we was both drunk anyway. So just to lay there and let him get on with it and I could go to sleep. It was much easier than just arguing with him.
Amy again because she, as I say, she'd had a baby, hadn't she? She'd been involved with an older man, suddenly decided that she didn't want to live at home anymore. So it would be nice to get a flat of her own. And that's when she called in social services, which unfortunately, then things really start to happen.
They should all be shot.
And that's when now we've ended up with the baby being taken away, because I feel that their first impression was that I was a bad mother because I'd allowed her to get pregnant, and I suppose to a certain extent I can't disagree with that, because as I said earlier on, I didn't keep her safe. I allowed this man to do it. You can't blame the man entirely. Amy put out signals to him to say that I'm here and I'm available. But that's where he went wrong. He should have said, I can see you there and I can see you're available, but I can also see you're a little girl. Go away.
I'm Amy, that's Kate. Amy. Or Angel.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Kate and... I wonder what that thing was.
Angel.
Angel.
My tea's gone cold, I'm wondering why I got out of bed at all. The morning rain clouds up my window, and I can't see.
What time's everyone coming?
Hello? Just let him go. I'll come around when you can. Alright? Okay. See you then, bye.
I cut my finger really badly.
Well, Emma, suck it. No, it always goes that way.
Yeah.
Hello? Hi, Mum. I'm not. Alright then. Okay, talk later. Okay? Alright, love you too. Alright, bye. Suck it, Emma. She just worries a lot about me, if I'm okay. That's why I get it off when Tansy and Emma or Reva will never dress up enough and they don't wear scarves or hats. I know they're going to be cold, I always tell them to put a jacket on. I get it off my lap. Tansy, you've taken your thing off. You're so silly. You guys are so silly, it's all going to get infected. But no, it came off. I can always put something on it later. I usually go for like mixed race boys, or black boys. I don't really like white boys. But I don't have anything against them, it's just I don't really feel attracted to them. Just don't really do it for me.
Alice, you going to pool tonight?
Yeah, I'll
Who?
probably. No, I will pull someone tonight, I know I will. They all want to pull, and yeah.
And all I see is you, and even if my house falls down.
Come on in, take off your trainers and come upstairs.
No, it ain't. It's like equal to the needle. Why has she got the patch?
Because hers bled like mad. Yeah.
So we hurt it hurt. Sure your boobs are big enough.
Yeah.
But it's like what? Quiet.
You still going out with that boy? JC, whatever his name is.
How do you know JC?
That's what I was hearing. Yeah, basically, to put it really bluntly, boys have like a higher sex drive. They're just horny. Yeah. And girls, they don't generally like get that as much as boys.
Well, they don't get horny.
No, they do get horny, but not as much. Like they don't want to be like, oh, I really want to go out and just fuck someone tonight. It's not like that. Yeah, but not mostly, but a good part of why boys don't let girls out at this age, yeah, is the whole image. Like, yeah, image and the shit that you're gonna get from your mates when you do it. It's not so much. Like, sometimes get lucky opportunities like with sloshes when they're drunk and shit. Yeah. They kind of got the mentality of the boy, they'll shag just for the sake of a shag.
Yeah, I admit we are male sluts. Most of us are male sluts.
But you can't be a male slut. You can only be a player.
Yeah.
Where's Alice?
I didn't even say no more.
Don't
You are so rude. You know what? You are so rude.
Class.
Get out the bed now. I will. What? You go. Go to see your face. Rita, she just goes into my mum's bed. Into my mum's bed. But she didn't even ask me. You're such a little brat. Get out of my house now.
Started pulling, and everyone came upstairs, and it looked so much worse. Don't know what it actually was, but I hadn't actually done anything, and it looked really bad.
I'll leave through that.
So embarrassing, Tazzy. I really can't go back over my face, all of them. I look like such a little statue.
Listen, you haven't done anything, you're just lying underneath the covers. It's really hard for girls. It's so easy for boys. Boys pull out, oh yeah, you know. For girls, it's just like, oh, you scared, you slut and all this. It's quite hard for me to say no, and that's why I always get myself into these stupid, like, situations. I'm just gonna play it cool for a bit, not let it be so easy, and when I feel ready, not when they feel ready, and not when they want to, but when I want to, I'll do something. Things like this happen.
Change your heart. Look around you. Change your heart. It will astound you. I need your loving. Like the sunshine. Everybody's gotta learn sometime. Everybody's gotta learn sometime. Everybody's gotta learn sometime.
If you're a young person worried about a relationship, there's a free Channel 4 helpline where you could talk to someone in confidence and listen to information. The number to call is 0800 02 88 444, and lines are open until 1 a.m. tonight and again from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. tomorrow. That's 0800 02 88 444. Stay with for One Day Cricket is next. England versus Australia.